Alright. Now it should work. Yep. So we're back at the moth-hawk project, as we said before. So today we're gonna be covering what was it again? Yeah, today we're gonna be working on this part right here. So we're gonna be filling up some stuff. So we're gonna be filling up this bad boy over here, and hopefully we are able to get to it. Also, I need to do some blending right here. I need to fix some parts right here, and then it should be all handy dandy done. Alright, let's get to it, shall we? So today, I actually had a great day. I had done a lot of work. I did some salutations and well, not salutations. I mean, I have done lot of things. I saw some new stuff, and I actually heard a podcast, so that's also great. But holy hell, that took way too long, as it's supposed to be going, and we're not supposed to cancel this one, right? No, we're not supposed to cancel this one. Well, we could do that, and then get this get this color right here. All right. So the idea here is that we're gonna be looking for the right color. So we need this one then, right? No, this one. Yes, this one. Alright. First of all, we need to switch to the correct brush, which is this one. Come on, load. There you go. PC is looking a little bit getting laggy. Lovely. Allow me to put something on hold then. Alright, now it's loading the background, that's good enough. Alright, so the idea here is that we are looking for the parts that we need to do. So we need to grab the remove tool, so that makes us less troublesome when it comes to these things. As you can see, we are still lacking some stuff here. And you can see that we are lacking some stuff because of the amount of... It's not our drawing here that caused this. It's actually the other color that actually caused the problem at hand. Oh well. It happens. No, that's not what I wanted. Hold on. I need to reload this. God dang it. And then no. Go away. Come on. There you go. Open file. Open file. Thank you. And open the Hawk Moth project. There you go. I definitely need to put some maps into my file so that we are not gonna get confused anymore. I should have done that already, but no, I didn't. Now things are gonna get loaded in, so we should be able to get it loaded in right in time. Yes, thank you. Load it, please. I beg of you. Because I had a feeling that I put it on the wrong layer, which is logical that I did it. Again, yes, I select the wrong layer here. God dang it. So we need this layer, right? Yes, we need. This is the light layer, and this is the light layers that we need to first fix. So we're gonna be fixing this because we have some trouble in the parts here that are connected. For all, over here there is a problem. So we're gonna go for the blur tool and then get the parts done. So we should then move. No, we can do it like this. No, not that much. This much, yes. Alright, this will fix the problem that we had in the first place, which is the problem with the coloring that happened when we were working. So we should move this like that. Alright. See if there is any more problems occurring. No. Just a little bit more here. There's a little bit of neck picking, but I'll tell you this, it is actually quite important that we are doing this anyway. Yeah, look at that. Found the very part that we actually need to color up. So we should pick the colorful color here. Come on. I'm selecting the color. It's a little bit buggy because I'm running something in the background apparently. For fuck's sake. Alright, fine. I'll catch to you later, mate. Alright, that works. And there you go. Whoosh. Now everything is bugged. And now even Critter quit its own. Oh boy. And everything gets good, right? I just crashed Critter. That is great. That is actually lovely. That is actually how I want to do stuff. It is quite annoying that, you know, Critter does that, but, you know, it's not my problem. It's Critter's problem that it cannot handle things in the background. Apparently, you know, two things at once, meh, it's not good. So technically I need to get some new RAM. I'm thinking about getting some new RAM in 2 weeks. And this whole would not have been a problem. Also, full screen really works well, but it is not very handy when, you know, you start up Critter, as you can see, but the full screen is on a different screen. That is not helpful. Now we need to wait for the moth-hawk project to be loaded in, and now we again go back here. Push, 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 and then we are going to be fully loaded in. Alright. And because I did not save, the whole progress is lost. Great! Well done! Well done, well done, well done indeed. Alright, well, first thing first, we need to get to our shitty sheaves and get ourselves some good old-fashioned color up and running again. Because we're missing some stuff here. No. We're missing some stuff, so we should then definitely use this one instead. Because we're using the color, means that we are using this. There you go, much better. That looks more decent. That looks more doable. That looks more like a. Yes, awesome. Alright, cool. Now we've done that, we can now go back here and see if there are any problems whatsoever. Yes, there are. We're gonna fix that like that. Of course, we're gonna make sure that we have some blurring in so that we don't get things confused, and then we're gonna save this bad boy up before it crashes again, which is a thing that can happen. Of course, after this whole drawing, we will be able to alright. Now we can double check. Yes, now it looks decent. Now it looks doable. Alright, now it looks more. Yeah, now it looks good. Save. Now we can just get back into business. So today we're going to be working on this background right here, and then we're going to be adding some stuff, and then it should be fine. So that's the thing, and hopefully, you know, thing doesn't crash again. Don't think so, but you know, 7.2 gigabyte of space is a lot already. What I could do is actually lowering the amount of stuff, but no, that is not possible. Alright, so we have this pot, which is the tree pot, right? Yes. So we need to be working on a crystal pot then, yes. Alright. I'm gonna go to the crystal pot, which is this pot right here. It has the background with it, right? Yes, it has the background with it. It has the background with it. Alright, let's see where the background is. The background is right over there. Lovely. No, that's the crystal. Background. That is this spot. No. This spot? No. Interesting. So, where is the crystal then? Don't tell me that this is all in one location. So this is all there. Alright, is this then the pot needs to be drawn? No, that's on the grass. It's horrible. I put some terrible placing here. Yep, I did. Oh boy. Is it on this pot? No, that's the blur pot. Alright. So it is this pot. Yes. Ah, I see. If we remove this, we only have this. Alright, that's good. And this is the other part. Yes, it is. Alright. But somehow the color is not there. Alright. And the color is supposed to be downwards, right? The color is supposed to be downwards then. Yes, it does. The color is downwards, so it should then be this is the color, and then where is the part that we need? It's the crystal, and this is the color for the grass on the other side, and this is supposed to be then the color from the other side. Yes. Alright, well, this color needs to be at least in comparison with the crystal, and that's supposed to be then underneath the crystal itself, so it should be over here. Alright, now we have that. Can I move the... Oh wait, this is... Yeah, yes, it is. I need to then get this part right here. I need to get this into underneath the crystal. I need it to be. And then underneath that, there you go. So now we need to add this, and then we need to put this part. We need to put this part. We need to put that in there. All right. Yes. All right. Now we have the parts in the correct place. Cool. Now we have that. We have this. This is supposed to be then under. This needs to be here as well. Just to make sure of it. And now we can add some new parts. So we're gonna add a new map. New map, quick group, which is not gonna have this one in it. It's not gonna have this one in it. And come on, this group is gonna have new splendid new thing. And now we can work on or around this. So we can now finally get on to the drawing part. Of course, we want to have pure blunt darkness here to make sure we have it correctly. And now we're going to be sketching. So I think this is a good place to go for this. So again, just grassy ground. Then with some rocks in the middle, like over here, some over here as well. And then Some big rock. Now, there you go. We can put a rock, right? So, put that rock right here. And we have grass moving upwards to here, like that. So we have grass like that. So the idea is here that we are designing the background here a little bit from time to time. Alright. So if I have it like this and then add a new rock like that, that looks like a decent rock. Alright. Then the big question now is like, what are we going to do here then? Since we have rocks and we have grass that's going to be connected towards the rocks. We have grass right here and some grass like there. Some grass right here. Well, it's mossy grass, so it should not be that big, but this is going to be the grass part. And the quick question is like, what am I going to be putting here then? We could put some grass over the top of this rock right here, some mossy grass over the top. And then put that into perspective like so. So you have more rocks like that. So this rock is like a big rock right here, but then this does not make sense. So technically this needs to be like this. Then we have a rock like this. Awesome. We have another grassy rock like that. It's gonna be like so. Alright. Then we need to put this rock on top of this part. So we're gonna be doing some rock stacking here. Some rock stacking, and then after that, what do we need? Well, technically this is all still rock, so we should definitely make sure that this looks all like rock. So we have rock stacking, which means that this rock needs to be supporting all of that. That one, so like so, probably. One, and have like a long one right here, and then have this part darkened up. Well, grassed up, I guess. Right. With cracks and crannies, and then this spot should be just empty then. Right now we can actually get this spot up and running, so we have like another rock right here, another rock right here, and then we have like grass again. Oh well, moss, not grass. That this is always the hardest part of thinking about like what and how are we going to be doing this and where everything is going to be, because we can put more rocks in this definitely, which I'm probably going to be doing. Yeah, that's a good one. Balancing rock, that is always great. And I need to figure out like how do I put it? And I need to put it like this. Alright. I think that is a good sketch. Now we can finally get from point A to point B. We want to have a sketch done, so we want to go for this. Then we need to make sure that we are putting the right amount of it, so like this. So the first I'm gonna be going for is the grass. Yeah. Why? Because the grass is always the most delicate and the most hardest to draw. And of course we want to draw these grass pieces like this. There you go. We're now casually drawing the amount of grass needed to be representing the rocks in the area. So don't worry about anything here. We are just doing our job. It's a shame that I cannot run anything else on the background, otherwise I would have done it. It would save me a lot of time. But no, nevertheless, I think this is all gonna be just looking fine anyway. So, as you probably can see, it is all gonna be looking good. Now, you're probably wondering what I'm doing now. Well, that is the grass drawing. And that is... I need to zoom in on this. Alright. And then some more moss is shown right here. So I'll put that on as well. And some more grass is shown right here. Alright. Now that we have the basics of our grass done, we can now achieve the next part, which is putting more grass on it. That is because the amount of grass that needs to be drawn is a lot more than just, casual one part. Normally you just take your time upon drawing grass, trust me. Just take your time. Most of the cases is, just drawing casual stripes. Sometimes it's a little bit like, left, right, or otherwise it's gonna be up and down. Sometimes you don't want to draw grass, that is also fine. Just make sure that you do draw the grass not tensely, but more like, static, because grass is always pointing upwards. Because if you ever fell asleep on grass, you know that it's very painful. Because grass is pretty damn pointy, if you ever considered it. That's why it's always so itchy when you try to lay down on it. But it's not as itchy if it is wet, because, it is not pulling upwards. And that's why I always love grass. It is quite easy to draw, but it is sometimes really hard to draw. It depends on where and how you want to draw it. Also, I need to compare it later on with the drawing that I do with the grass itself. And this grass is going to be probably looking a little bit more different than the other one. So let me take a quick guiding trip, and then I realized that I'm drawing it way too thick, way too tight, way too long. Alright. See, this is why it's important that you make sure that you are always on the same route with the rest of the grass. Otherwise, when you draw grass, it won't look like grass. Therefore, you know, your grass will be looking stupid. Because you always need to make sure that, you know, you're using the same amount of, well, you need to make sure you're using the same amount of technique in multiple places. Otherwise, people are going to be not assuming that the grass is not there. They are probably going to be assuming like, well, you know, does this represent grass as well? And then you're like, yes, you need to say that it is, yes. And in most cases, you don't want to need to do that part. You don't want to say to the people that want to see it that what you just drew was grass. And so, therefore, you know, if you want to have a grassy feeling, you just need to make sure that you're drawing the grass from the get-go. Which, of course, never happens. You always need to do it twice or something like that. Also, I was looking into some games today, and I figured out like, well, I played some game, and I was like, yeah, this is not a game for me. I mean, obviously, the amount of games I like to play are like, you know, MMORPGs and all that stuff. And well, you know, I try to look for a new free-to-play version or new free game, and I tested it out, a new game, and well, it was not my taste. It might have other tastes for other people, but I found it a little bit too shallow. Especially the customization options and the customization capabilities were a little bit way too shallow. The good news is though that you know, I did find myself a new game, and I'm gonna be probably testing that out tonight. So let's see if that works as well. Also, apparently it has a 64 bits version of a client, which means that that is going to be great because, you know, a 23 version is a little bit out of date. But yeah, let's hope that that also works. So yeah, the developers did actually put into the original, you know, they have their original client and now they actually switch to a new one, which is good, which is actually quite good. I mean, it's obviously it's very handy dandy when things go like that. Alright, so this is gonna be a pain in the ass to draw this part of the grass, but I think we will manage it. I think we will manage it. So first thing, we need to draw the parts here that need to be done. So there you go. And once we add the color to it, it actually shows way better grass, trust me. Now it's all, you know, just, you know, mossy, which is a thing that I need to do because, you know, it's not real grass, it's more mossy grass. It does have its long sprites, but I feel like it is more mossy in appearance, which I of course wanted in the first place anyway. So I got it good from the start, but you know, I used to draw this grass. You have this, and then you have put another part into it. So the bigger the grass is, the easier it gets. So you have these lines into the grass, and then you follow it up by tiny, and then you go upwards again. It might look a little bit toony, but trust me, it actually looks pretty decent once it's fully into the merged into the into the drawing itself. I need to draw some rocks. For instance, this rock I need to draw, otherwise the grass won't work. So I'll be drawing this rock now. Of course, you know, this rock is created to maintain the amount of stuff, so that's doable. That's enough. That's enough to draw, and then I can continue with the grass. Now I have like a decent knowledge on where the rock is and how the rock draws. So we can go back here. Alright, so that's how the drawing is. We're gonna put this on light so we don't get interrupted by, you know, drawing the amount of stuff we need. like for instance this grass. And because it's only early, you know, we don't need to be worried too much about this rock right now. So yeah, thinking of the problems that we come across, it is quite nice to see that we are doing our very best upon getting from point A to point B. Of course, you know, this is just drawings, so that means that we're actually taking a long time. I mean, drawing always takes a long time, especially when it comes to grass and all that stuff. Whew, that is always the most riskiest business I ever run. And there you go. Save it up, boy. Save it. You can do it. I believe in you. Save it. Yes. Oh, that's the cancel button. Nice. I never knew. I never noticed that. Huh. So technically, if I can see an autosave and I don't like it, I can just cancel it. Sweet. But yeah, I had a blast today. I actually had a big giant headache from listening to a podcast, but oh boy, it was fun. Oh, it was so much fun. Man, oh man, wow. I never knew that somebody could be so wrong in so many ways. Until I saw that podcast. Anyway, no further ado, I'm just going to be continuing working on this. So as you can see, most of the drawing here is actually, you know, just little spiky spikes. So spiky 1, spiky 2, spiky 3, spiky 4, spiky 5, spiky 6, spiky 7, spiky 8. And if you take a bigger look at it, you can see how much it actually does. So this is normally the size of the grass we see, right? The grass we see, and then we have here the mossy spot, which is the wild part. Ooh. And it already feels like, you know, a rocky environment in the big giant root ground, as you can see. And then once we lift up those rocks, we will see big giant trees sprawling around. And those big giant trees are represented here. And then you have the normal ground, which is grass, leaf, bushes. So those are in the middle section. So we have rock, roots, normal trees with bushes, or well, bushes with big giant trunks in the top, and then you have the big giant tree parts that, you know, go into one line to form a cross in the top part to create this, you know, emblem effect, which is the last part. So yeah, that's how drawings work. It takes a long time to make a background. Well, it depends on which art style you use. If you're using this art style, it will take a long time. But if you're using a different art style, it won't take you that long because, you know, you just need to do some coloring and that's all. It all depends on what art style you're using. Like, for instance, my art style is this art style in particular, which I really am fond of and I really like to continue upon improving, which I am regularly doing by doing the moth-hawk, of course, is really difficult to get in a background up and running because, you know, you need to do it on the same art style and you need to make sure that you're doing it right and correctly. But if I would do the background of another thing, you know, it won't be as difficult as it should be. Like I'll show you later. I'll show you later once I'm done with this. Probably not for today, maybe tomorrow, but I'll show you later. I'll show you later once it's all finished, because I'm still working on it and it takes a long time to make it. Anyway, so yeah, as you can see, the grass works as it should be. It is beautiful grass, and it works like a charm when it comes to filling up gaps and filling up parts, like for instance here. But You have these spots, so well, let's change our view to bottom side down, just to get ourselves some nice grass pots up and running. And because this is moss, we can just, and then whoop, 180 again. Why we're doing this? Well, because we need to get that sweet ass. Oh, you son of a bitch! You switched to me mid-section. That is evil. You switched me mid-section. You bastard. You dastardly bastard. I thought I could trust you, but no, I can't. This is only the downside of having, using this and then forgetting that I pressed in the middle button. But the good news is we're actually using the, how do you say, the less of the problematic ones. Like, we're using only one basic color, so it should not be that difficult to use. Alright. There you go. Now we're done with that part, we can now continue with the rest. Probably I don't like those spikes though. I don't like to have that spiky feeling upon it. It's not supposed to be that spiky. It's supposed to be spiky, but not that spiky. So by removing some of it, it actually increases the believability of the drawing itself, which is good anyway. And now we're gonna be looking that way. How did we select this? How did we select this? That is a good question. But yeah, let's see. And then this spot right here needs to be removed. Alright. And then this part also needs to be removed. Now it's less spiky. Not as spiky as it should be. There you go. And now we can already take a look at this. Boom. That looks already decent. Now, what we need to do is this needs to be on top of the rocks. So technically, the rocks need to be downwards, and this is supposed to be upwards, and then this needs to be in a separate group, and then this needs to be in a layer, and then needs to be a second layer. The second layer needs to be in this, and we need to save this. Come on, save it. Save it. I dare you, save it. Oh man, Marvel project. It's always amazing me how much it takes to save. So now we need to get our first color in. Quickest way to do that is cancelling out the two lesson colors. So we're using this color right here, and then we're putting the color back up. Alright. Yes. Alright, second color, there you go. So if we now draw, which we're going to be doing, but first we need to grab ourselves a nice little brush, we can now see what is going on. So we have our first color, and this already makes a lot more sense, because we can technically just go over this and do whatever we need to do. So now rocks in the way or something like that. We don't have to be picky upon coloring because, we're just going to be doing first the one color and then the second color, and then we're going to be using the erase tool to do things correctly. Oh well, we could better do first the erase tool and then go on what's on this part. Alright. And voila! Voila! We have now successfully achieved the first color of this drawing again. So we now can just casually remove it. We need a tinier brush for this. That is still too big. Yeah, that's too small. No, too small. 5? Yeah, that's good enough. And this does relax me a lot, This is just, fixing up the problems that we left behind and making sure that we are making progress in our drawing. And, well, drawing green is also progress. But, we already have now fixed the part of we have now fixed the grass. So the next thing we need to do is fix the stones, and then we're almost done. We're almost out of our problems. So that's how we do it. We are just doing our job like always. I mean, obviously, I was thinking about not doing a stream today because I was like really mentally tired. But that was because of well, a podcast. So yeah, nice conversations with it. I had a nice conversation in the podcast, so that was great. And so much stuff can be done by just, looking at stuff. And sometimes, the best way to do stuff is do it yourself. And I will do it. I will do it myself. Alright. But to make sure that I'm not, falling behind, I always need to do the drawing. No matter how bad it is, it's always better to do the drawing anyway. Why? Because it actually makes you, more motivated to do it tomorrow. And that's the thing that I always need to make sure of, that I'm doing it for the right motivation and for the right time. No, like this, yes. Of course, all of this work, all of this hard work will be not for nothing, It's very important for us to, well, for me at least, it's very important that I do this. Because, it makes me, realize certain stuff. Like, for instance, I realize that I'm using way too much layers. So next time I will be working on a drawing, I will try to keep the basic colors in one layer. So I will use black, white, green, and yellow, like I did in this one right here. The explosive chicken, for instance, has layers. Alright, it has layers. I can load this in. It's really quickly, so no worries. But I did the layers, alright. But I did some parts of the layers, like for instance the red right here, for instance. The red is one color, but the two secondary colors, so this one and this one, this one, for instance, has like a merge of red and dark and brown. So I'm already learning how to make sure that I have everything in one layer. So that's how I'm doing it. So now I don't want to save this because it's way too cool to not to be saved again. So yeah, I'm trying to learn how to do it, and I'm learning it slowly and steadily, and I'm working on making a cool looking thing. In the meantime, I'm working on it. I'm making art, and that art needs to be done because I'm learning to get from point A to point B, and that takes a long time sometimes. But yeah, I'm trying to do my very best. Of course, you know, things can get messy, things will be messy, and therefore, you know, I always need to make sure that I'm doing it the right way. Well, it might not be always the right way, but I'm trying to do my very best to get to that. Anyhow, so yeah, coloring. Who knew that, you know, putting way too much layers down is a very bad thing? Oh no. But at least, you know, making sure that you're putting everything in one place, it's sometimes way better than before. Alright, and we need to go here, fix this bad boy up, making sure that the spikes are all colorful and all that stuff. I'm so happy I'm not drawing anything more difficult than just grass and rocks today. Because holy hell, grass and rocks already take a lot of imaging for your head to be considered to do correctly. And my head is already a little bit spinning, so that's great. But the good news is, it's almost 50 minutes in. Ah, god damn it, god damn it. Every single time when I try to do something correctly, I'm gonna be finishing this up before I'm gonna be calling it a day. Because I want to make sure that I want to make sure that I at least have the first layer done. And then I'll show you what I mean with 2 layers in one go. Because I'm gonna be doing it with this one because it's grass, and the grass is really problematic if I'm not doing it like that. Because you know it will fill up. It will not fill up a lot, but it will fill up less space, so it will be less big. Let's put it that way. Less big means way better for my PC. Way better for my PC means less problematical issues when loading it in. Alright. Save it. Save it to Mavid. And then 2 minutes left. So that means 2 minutes. That's 1, 2 minutes. No. I will not be able to get from 1 to point B in 2 minutes. That's not doable. Alright, so as you can see, we have the first color down, and then we need to do the second color, so the light color and the dark color of grass. And then we will be able to do our bidding with the grass, and it already looks decent, and it looks really great actually if you take a deep step backwards into it. So, as you can see, this is how the grass is going to be looking. And with this point of view, the grass looks great. It looks like fucking grass. So, congratulations me. Anyway, I hope you all have enjoyed for today. And I wish you all a lovely day. And I hope I'll see you all next time. Until then, bye!